Welcome to Layn HyreCar University. My name's Conrad Layn. Anytime you're delivering your car, if you're one person, it can be awfully difficult if it's far out, especially if it's far away. But a strategy I've used that's worked for me, especially in the beginning, especially since I'm one person running this business. And for those that are new to the channel or new to the business, you might not realize it, but if you're doing this by yourself, it can become very hard when you're trying to deliver. Because, for example, say you deliver the car, right, to a HyreCar renter. Maybe they can't make it to your lot. But once you deliver it to them, you have no way of getting back. You have to get a friend, you have to get a significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, business partner. You have to pay for maybe some Lyft or Uber, which can be pretty costly. You have to catch a bus or train. Maybe the bus or trains don't run anymore. Maybe it's too late. You don't want to be limited. So when you have one car, there's nothing you can really do except deliver it and you're done. But at least you're making your money, right? And just figure it out and pay for Uber or Lyft. But a cheaper way to consider is that first thing, as you start building more cars, the more cars you get, the more freedom you actually get. And what I mean by that is not just because you get to make more money off each car, but for example, if you have multiple cars, even 2 cars, let's say 3, 4, 5, or even more cars, and I have multiple cars myself, but if you have 2 cars even, for example, say someone rents a car from you, what you essentially can do at this point is you can actually drop off the car like one day before or a few hours before, but do your due diligence, and then come back on either the bus, the train, or Uber or Lyft, or have a friend drop you off, pick you up, and then go back to your other car and then come back at the right time that you're supposed to meet the other HyreCar renter and then give them the keys then, and that, voila, now you can go home easily in your car. Now, for those that might have missed that, you might say, hey, what's the difference from me simply going myself, delivering the car to the renter, and then just simply using my friend or Uber or Lyft or bus or train to come back home? Wrong way to think. The difference is this. Even though it might seem the same, for those that might have missed this, when you have 2 cars, the difference is this. You can actually pick the time you drop the car off. For example, if you have only 1 car and your HyreCar renter wants the car, say, at 3 a.m. for whatever reason, or 2 a.m. or 12 a.m. or maybe 3 p.m., whatever the case is, you have to drop off the car at the time that they requested. But guess what? When you give them the car, you can't get back home right away. You have to actually catch the bus or train now. Now you have to actually wait for an Uber or Lyft now. Now you have to wait for a friend now, or they have to take it back now. Instead of doing that, a smarter approach, in my perspective, if you have a second car or even third car or multiple cars, is drop it off one day earlier or a few hours earlier. Do the same thing. Get back home to your other car. Now, when you come back, you can easily leave. So as soon as you give them the car and the keys, you just leave right there. You don't have to stick around. What this does essentially is this gives you more range so that you can drop off the car at later times or all throughout the time. Maybe you have a friend, but they're not available. Maybe you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, they're not available. Maybe you have a business partner who's not available. Maybe there's someone that's not available to take you. Maybe Uber or Lyft is surging, is a lot more expensive at nighttime, for example. Whatever the case is, this allows you a strategy where you don't have to worry. You just get back, you drop it off at a good hour when it's broad daylight, where you feel safe, and that way you leave, you go home, and you come back, and now you come back in your second car. So when you meet with your HyreCar, when you give them the car, and then bam, you're done. Now you can go back home. You gave it. So all you do is simply park the car over, maybe 1 street over, maybe 1 block down, and then come back in your car at the right time of the reservation, as you left it there one day before or a few hours before. Now you can easily go back home as soon as you give them the key. You don't have to stick around and wait for a bus or a train or Uber or Lyft at late at night in a random neighborhood you're not aware of. You know what I mean? So this makes things a little bit safer. But again, I have multiple cars. I own 20 cars in general, and I'm looking to get more cars, and I'm doing this business by myself. And so I understand that a lot of people have help, but if you're someone who doesn't have help, it can become very hard to deliver. It's just very important. But anyways, consider that just another idea. Welcome to Layn HyreCar University. Follow me on Instagram, Conrad Layn. Love you guys. Conrad Layn out. Peace.